Welcome to the Technical Writing Success Podcast. This is episode 125. I'm Fred.
And I'm Daphne. It's great to be here.
Yeah, great to be here with you too. Today, we're unpacking a concept that might sound a bit, counterintuitive at first, especially for those of you listening who, work so hard behind the scenes crafting really critical information.
That's right. We're looking closely at a really insightful article today. It's one that kind of challenges our usual ideas about success and feedback, particularly, in our world of technical writing and documentation. And this discussion is, I think, especially relevant if you're a technical writer, maybe a documentation specialist, or working in IT roles where, let's face it, your contributions are absolutely critical for users, but maybe don't always get that direct praise or recognition.
Exactly. And our focus today comes from just a fantastic article suggested by our producer, senior technical writer, Kurt Robbins.
Good suggestion from Kurt.
Yeah, it's Tanja Lorber's piece, Why Hearing Crickets as a Technical Writer Can Be a Good Thing. It was published July 7, 2025. And it offers this surprising but honestly really validating view on appreciation, a kind of subtle appreciation.
It really is about seeing success beyond just, the immediate applause or the thank you email. We're sort of wired to expect that direct acknowledgement, aren't we?
We are.
But Lorber really encourages us to look for a different kind of signal entirely.
Okay, so let's get into it then. As technical writers, or anyone making complex stuff understandable, we put so much effort into clarity, accuracy, the whole user experience.
A ton of effort.
We collaborate, we research like crazy, we write, we revise, and then we hit publish, we deliver.
Right.
And often, what's the immediate sound? Nothing, just crickets. That silence, it can really feel like all that meticulous work, all that detail just vanished. Went unnoticed.
It's such a common feeling, isn't it? Like you've just shouted into the void.
Right. It's natural to feel a bit deflated by that.
Yeah, absolutely. But what's so fascinating here, and this is the core of Lorber's article, is how she completely reframes that silence.
Okay.
She argues that often the absence of feedback isn't failure. It's actually the strongest sign that you've done an exceptionally good job.
That really does flip things on its head.
It does. We expect the pat on the back, the great job. But she's saying, maybe the lack of complaint is the great job signal. It means everything worked, no intervention needed.
So, okay, what does this mean in practice?
Yeah.
The article, it draws this really stark contrast between what happens with bad docs versus good docs. Bad docs get noticed immediately, right? Usually loudly.
Oh, instantly. Lorber points this out really clearly. If documentation is outdated or missing something vital or just plain wrong, you hear about it.
That's
Pass.
what Alan said.
Definitely no silence.
Yeah.
Support tickets pile up, product managers are, asking questions, maybe complaining.
Yeah.
And the doc team is scrambling, probably under pressure, to fix it and republish. That immediate reaction highlights the pain points.
Right. That noise tells you something's broken.
Exactly. So Lorber asks this great question. If you don't hear all that noise, if those alarm bells aren't ringing, what does that silence tell you?
And this is where she has this great quote. I think it really nails it. She says, if the documentation is correct, users find what they need when they need it. They efficiently complete their tasks because you documented the crucial pitfalls they needed to avoid. They understand complex concepts because you included just the right amount of visuals.
It paints such a clear picture, doesn't it? Good docs empower users. They let them self-serve. They just move on.
Right. They don't get stuck.
Exactly. They move forward without friction. No frustrating loops. No pausing to hunt for answers. And definitely no need to call support.
And, importantly, they don't stop to tell you they succeeded.
Why would they? They just continue with their work. As Lorber puts it, that's successful documentation for you. Crickets.
Crickets, yeah.
It's about enabling that smooth, seamless journey. Your work is essential, but kind of invisible when it's done really well.
Okay, but here's the thing. It's human nature to want some validation, right? We want to know our work mattered.
Totally. We crave that feedback.
So if applause isn't the measure, how do you track these quiet wins? The article suggests we need to start looking for different signs, less obvious ones.
Precisely. It encourages us to actively hunt for those indirect indicators of success, not just wait for someone to say thanks. And Lorber shares a few specific signals she's learned to recognize. They're not always grand gestures, more like subtle clues that the docs are working.
What examples did she give? I found them really relatable.
Yeah, they really are. One was a support colleague telling her specifically that no tickets came in for a new feature launch.
Wow. Okay, that's huge.
Right. Think about what that means. The docs were so good, so thorough, nobody needed help. That saves the support team time. It saves the company resources. It's a massive win.
Definitely a quiet win, but huge.
Another one she mentioned, a senior developer actively using her documentation during their onboarding.
Ah, that's a strong endorsement.
It really is. It's tacit approval, right? It shows the content is trusted, it's useful, it actually helps someone get up to speed. They chose to use it because it worked. That speaks volumes about quality and, findability, too.
Yeah, good point. And the third example that touched on sort of broader team efficiency.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she talked about an automation project. It saved their team days of tedious manual work.
Okay.
And she links it back, good documentation, enabled that automation, freed up time for content improvements, and maybe the occasional coffee break.
Always time for coffee.
Okay.
But yeah, that shows how good docs aren't just about the end user. They help the whole team work smarter.
Exactly. It builds a foundation. So these examples, they really underline that success isn't always loud. It's often in that quiet efficiency, the problems that don't happen because of your work. So for you listening tech writers, UX writers, anyone creating content behind the scenes, this perspective, it can be really validating. You might feel unseen sometimes. But remember, that silence, often golden, it means you nailed it. Now, one caveat, of course.
Yes.
You need context for the crickets. If your metrics show nobody's even looking at your docs, then silence is obviously bad.
Right. That's abandonment, not success.
Exactly. But if people are accessing it and you're not hearing complaints, that's when you can celebrate those quiet wins.
That's a really crucial distinction. So, okay, thinking about the listener, what's the big takeaway here? Look at Lorber's article. It really pushes for a mindset shift about feedback, doesn't it?
It really does. It asks us to reframe silence, not as indifference, not as failure, but potentially as the most powerful sign of a job done exceptionally well.
Celebrating the absence of problems, which is harder to measure maybe, but just as valuable.
Absolutely. And knowledge is best when you apply it. This helps us apply a new lens to our work, think critically about impact, especially in roles where feedback is rare. It's just a profound reminder that sometimes the biggest win is preventing the issue in the first place, letting everything just work. That quiet efficiency is the goal.
Yeah. And maybe it's a metric we can use, translate those crickets into value, like reduce support costs, faster adoption.
That's a great point, showcasing the value of silence.
So the next time you publish that amazing guide, that clear diagram, and you hear nothing, crickets, don't get discouraged. Take a moment, maybe even smile. Consider it proof of your success, a quiet victory.
Well said. And it makes you wonder, doesn't it? This whole idea raises a question to think about.
Okay.
What other areas, maybe in our work, maybe just in life generally, are quietly succeeding just because they're working perfectly, functioning as intended, drawing no attention?
Where else is silence golden? That is a great thought to mull over.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to the Technical Writing Success Podcast, where we help you get smarter than your competition. Remember to subscribe, comment, and share on your social media.